Dude, they bailed out the fucking churches. They bailed out the churches and paid the salaries of priests in that thing.
Did they really?
Yeah. They don't pay taxes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. What? Like, how? Those motherfuckers should have money put aside for all the taxes they're not paying. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, right? What the fuck?
They did it for their salaries and for the light bills and shit. Yeah, they got a big chunk of that fucking.
Yo, we gotta figure out how to make a church, bro. We got that's something we really gotta do is figure out how to make a church.
Makes it better, though.
That's what we gotta do. No, but you don't even need like people. Like a congregation, just make a church, so fuck taxes. Like there has to be a way.
There's a bunch.
Anyone ever look into it? Like how to make a church?
Like, the Pastafarians. Ever see those motherfuckers?
The Satan. I heard that shit. Yeah, Satan motherfuckers.
The Pastafarians fucking pray to a flying spaghetti monster, and
I've heard that.
Yeah, and there's enough of them there. Fucking, I think like they show up to like things in Congress when like people go to like defend their religion, like the Pastafarians show up. They wear fucking colanders on their head. They wear fucking straighters on their head.
It goes back to the voting thing. If everybody voted, I could probably like get town selectmen or some shit like that because you only need like 70 votes. But like between me and you, we know enough people that we could get 1,000 people to show up once a year.
Yeah.
Just because it will create a church.
Yeah, you feel like Scientology, fucking the only reason that place isn't a cult is because that dude fucking Hubbard died, and then they kept if he was still alive, it would be a cult because you can't pray to a living fucking God or whatever. I don't know. They call it a cult, not a religion. Because he died in his number 2, they kept doing it.
Is that like the rule of the cult?
Yeah. Because if you're praying to a living like deity, it's like fucking sketchy, I guess. So the fact that they were now the religion continued on and they were still praying this fucking guy. Now whatever it was, that's why they couldn't call it a cult anymore. And that's how, and they fucking kill it in the fucking tax evasion. They make whole fucking towns. They fucking kill it.
No, the guys, the mega churches and shit. But I'm saying, even just from a business standpoint, if you want to run a business and sell things, because the churches sell shit.
I'm saying, but the Scientology, they fucking told Hollywood, you're not famous if you want one. You know what I mean?
Those motherfuckers crazy.
Oh, that's probably their blueprint right there. That's Scientology. Make a church, that's book, whatever. And we fucking get all the high paid motherfuckers to join it. So you getting all that money and you're not paying no taxes.
That's Scientology's a pyramid scheme. Yeah. Obviously, you have to pay millions of dollars to get to the highest level.
But they home run to what we're talking about. They fucking killed it. Yeah. They fucking killed it.
We should be able to.
The guy was a science fiction writer. He wrote fucking other stories, shit
failed
just like alright story, like Lord of the Rings ass shit. One of his stories is a fucking biblical text.
I remember seeing that shit as a kid. I remember the commercials as a kid. Ron L. Hubbard, Dianetics. It's like a volcano and shit.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was like a book. You know what I'm saying? Not until I grew up. It was like some weird fucking
at first
religious
shit.
Shit.
It turned into that religious shit.
It turned into it.
I'm saying he had other stories. He was a science fiction writer.
Yeah.
And one of his stories, he fucking really
Dianetics.
They hold the fucking things.
See, not to go crazy off topic, but I've always said that about the Bible too. What if that was just a comic book? It was just a book they found from that era. That was the only one that's what if that was the tabloids?
I mean, there was mad books. The fact that I don't get to read, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? What if the Bible? Who knows that the Bible wasn't?
I think it's some real shit. It's definitely a real shit, but it's
But it could have been.
I'm saying, but there was more books. The fact that they there was Enoch and there's a bunch of other ones that didn't make the cut. Because some guy didn't like Enoch or whatever. You know what I mean?
They said motherfuckers lived to be thousands of years. I don't know about all that shit.
But that was it. But it all came in the same story of books. You know what I mean? If we were reading that the whole time, we would have been believing. You know what I mean? They pulled out the.
Here we go into the dope shit though, because all right, so Steve, you're into all types of psychedelic shit that, stuff like that. As I'm getting into him as well, he's kind of on the outside of that a little bit. Not that you don't fuck with him, but the kind of shit that you're talking about right now, they don't know about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole so what he's trying to explain to you too is that there was shit out at the same time. Motherfuckers were
when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls.
No, I know, yeah.
When they found them scrolls, there was way more than the 10, 12 books of the Bible.
Yeah.
Whatever. There was
Constantine had a convention where Constantine, who basically created the Christian religion in Rome, they had a meeting. They had a meeting and they decided what shit was gonna be included in the final Bible and shit. And as well, when the King James shit happened, they broke it down even more. And they added shit, left shit. You know what I'm saying?
That shit has been fucking, doctored.
Well, there's that too, but I'm saying there's like
the scrolls.
Once you start getting into like, there's a bunch of different. I don't want to say religions because that's probably the wrong word, but like people's belief systems of like, I don't want to say like hippies and wooks and shit like that too, but like those are alternative beliefs. And when you get into that shit and like you start taking psychedelics and you hear like these crazy stories, they all sound like the same fucking shit on the same psychedelics. Like I think Moses' bush was like a DMT bush. You know what I'm saying? Like it was burning. That's how he got fucked up. Saw God. You taking DMT. You'll see God. You know what I mean? It's what it's known for. You know what I'm saying? So like when you see someone like coming off a fucking mountain talking like crazy like I saw God, or see someone like I'm trying to think like you have that fucking I'm thinking of the church and I'm like laughing because I'm picturing your fucking barn.
Yeah.
Like Bill up there with an organ and shit. Fucking like but like that's like what it would essentially. Like you're like, why would I could if it was 25 of us once a month that went there? Why couldn't that be a church?
Absolutely. Could.
And now do you have to pay any kind of taxes on your? Well, you probably don't have any, but like, would you have to pay any kind of anything for anything?
I'd have to maybe change the property itself from a residential to some type of fucking
church.
Yeah, whatever. I'm sure it's a fucking thing. Whatever the name of the
wherever. Well, but you can live on a church.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think the actual, I'd have to just change my 8 acres or however, of the property. It wouldn't be a straight residential anymore. It would be more of a, I don't know what the hell, a commercial.
Yeah, that's fine. I bet you there's a guideline.
No, it wouldn't be commercial because it's not necessarily business. It's whatever the fuck church is set up.
No, you know who just did it?
It would be like a college campus would probably be like the same.
Yeah, something like semi-public fucking, I don't fucking know.
Talk about crazy ass motherfuckers. Kanye West just did it.
Yeah, well, isn't his name like...
That's that Wyoming shit, right? That Sunday service shit.
Yeah. Isn't his name like Christian Genius Billionaire now? No, I'm pretty sure it is.
I believe it.
Yo, that is definitely a tax move right there.
That's what I'm saying, because that's like what I'm thinking. I had to be like, okay, so now when he sells his gospel record through the church...
He's gonna kill it.
You don't have to, like, does he have to fucking pay taxes on that shit?
Mace did it.
That shit's so fucking, like... Why can't the rules just be like, here's the rules, like it's easy shit, like motherfuckers, like, you're gonna hire people that like you gotta pay them $1,000 an hour to like figure out the fucking loophole of the fucking rule. It's like the rules should be easy, bro.
Game,
like it's like it should be like simple fucking like you know what I'm saying? It should be simple shit.
It's the game.
Like when you need to hire people specifically to like
that's why I said we fucked
laws.
Up. We fucked
and
up.
Figure out laws. Like that's just crazy when you think about that. Like it's so complicated. Like you need someone to go to school for 10 years, and he's not even a good one. You know what I mean? Like then you read some other guy who's been going for 25, and this guy's like he knows all the fucking laws, but like the judge doesn't, the cops don't.
It's like the human condition, though. We gotta have this shit
writing
like
shits.
Yeah,
complicated.
Kanye's on some other shit, dude. Some of the shit that fucking dude says.
That's a smart shit when you're like fucking like we just worked through all that and the answer was Kanye West. It's like fuck.
I'm saying you might as well did what Kanye did. You know what I mean? It's that fucking guy.
Yeah, but I say it takes commitment too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be committed to do that shit. Like just to save a couple bucks. Like I don't want to pay no taxes. Like all right, now we gotta do all this shit.
How small would it go though? Could you have like could just me, you, and him be a church?
Nah.
Could you have four members?
I'm sure they got rules to that shit. Nah.
But I don't know. You see like movies and shit where someone's like stepfather was the fucking pastor, and they show like the pews. There's 8 people in them.
It will get down to like really like the definition. You know what I mean? Of like of like a fucking cult or a fucking like they like but. And all you have to do is just find in the fucking the criteria of a fucking religion. What you say in the religion?
Church of Mahdi or some shit.
Exactly. I'm saying we absolutely could. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I can I can see me digging up some fucking some potential fucking cops rolls
on the beach.
It's because like Mahdi's like family's like actually involved with like churches and shit. So like it's
like first commandment. I got first commandment. Don't touch my fucking boat.
That's the best. I have the perfect picture. I got that picture of fucking, is it fucking David or something? Wow, like on the fucking Sistine Chapel or something with the fucking fingers touching. You see that there was like the one that Marty had that was bigger than that. That was sitting on the side of his. Do you see it was sitting in his room for fucking?
I don't remember. I can't particularly remember.
But it was the side. It was a fucking. But I ended up getting it for like 6 months. I was trying to get it out of him for like a bag of weed. Yeah. And he'd always be like trying to like talk me way up on it. I'm like, fuck off, dude. Got it out of the trash. Yeah. But now fucking, I got it from fucking Jody because they'll clean it out, and I fucking have it still. It'd be the best picture to like hang up in the Church of Mahdi. Fucking, it's so fucking perfect.
Church of Mahdi, Mahdi Express, you know what I mean? fucking man. That I don't know. There just should be a way of like we could probably save a lot of money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
my father would probably know all the ins and outs. The dude's been fucking pressing God heavy. He's been writing fucking like Jesus Lord in the back of my cars my whole life.
Hey, even though you might not believe in Jesus but hey, it helps a lot of motherfuckers. Though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like I always call him a Fredologist because like he like the motherfucker baptized me himself in a lake in Plymouth. My mother just drowned me. She didn't know what was going on.
A lake in Plymouth. Hey, you know, holy water, nothing like
fucking pilgrim.
My mom thought he was wasn't gonna bring me back up. She's like, "What are you doing with the baby?"
Fucking throwing it out with the bathwater.
Yeah, that's some weird rituals, though, motherfucker. That.
It's all. I mean, it's all. That's the thing, though. It's all weird rituals and like.
Dude, a friend of mine fucking found God and became a fucking pastor with his wife, and dude, the shit that's what's going on. Dude, I seen a video of them baptizing the kids. I swear it's in the waterways. I swear it was a chlorine water. It wasn't like this shit was like he was like wasn't that a lake? It was.
It wasn't in a lake in Plymouth.
No, it was in Florida, and this shit was not in like a fucking nice, you know. There's plenty of like, dude, there's like waterways, dude. I swear it was like fucking. There's people running around laughing. There was slides in the background.
Coco keys.
Then you just had a bunch of dudes in like white t-shirts, fucking dunking each other, fucking.
Like in the wave pool.
Yeah, literally in the corner.
The lazy river.
Yeah, it really was. I'm like, yo, this is fucking like I used to like hang out. I used to buy this motherfucker. Like,
motherfuckers like just pissing in the water. Like, look at
this. Not a crazy shit though.
Because I was already tough for me to like, you know, accept he's a pastor now. And that's his thing. And then now this is how you baptize motherfuckers in the waterways. Like, dude, it's tough sell for me, dude. Like, I'm fucking.
What about that rabbi shit they be doing? The shit with the newborn, that crazy shit. I don't want to say all that, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Right? You know what I'm talking about. That shit is wild, son.
Dude's got like herpes, like gave
what the fuck part of religion is that, bro? Like that shit is wrong. I don't give a fuck.
Yo,
what the fuck? God would not okay that shit.
That's where Cuba got it from.
Oh, that's what he was saying?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking now.
Was he at a bar mitzvah?
No, he was not. That's just a joke. This is Cuba Gooding Jr. We can't play this shit because YouTube will take it down. But like fucking, is Cuba Gooding Jr. at like a club in LA or some shit? He's standing on like the bar or table.
He got the mic, right?
It's packed.
Does he have the mic too?
It's his birthday.
He got the mic. He's like,
he's screaming, "Suck that baby's dick." Suck that baby's dick! Like screaming that shit. Like it's Cuba Gooding Jr. playing somebody suck that baby's dick!
Yeah, like
somebody suck that baby's dick!
Oh man. Tough shot.
Maybe he was at a fucking, what do they call it? I forget the fuck.
Was he trying to make a point?
He was at a brisk.
But yo, that's what I'm saying. Like in the name of religion, motherfuckers is doing wild shit. Like
also, rich people do wild shit.
Like, what the fuck,
Alright,
bro?
we're going one quick little tangent on this awful brisk thing. Dude, I was watching, it was on, I think it was started on Ancient Aliens or some shit. The Church of the Holy Foreskin. This church is a bunch of, I'm talking, you can Google this shit. You can Google this shit. It's Christian religion.
It's called what?
The Church of the Holy Foreskin. It's a fucking Christian fucking religion, and there's a bunch of churches that fucking. So now Jesus, because he fucking was trying to prove he was who he was, so he could regenerate. He'd go to these places, lop off the top of his dick, and then it'd grow back, and then he'd go to another, and then lop it off again, and then they still have the fucking thing to prove he could regenerate. And if I could be like, yo, what the fuck?
So these people still have that shit like in a glass.
But however,
Jesus' foreskin.
Yeah, a little flake or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I'm saying it gets. Wow, they really ran with
that. If Jesus wanted to prove that he really existed, that's a good fucking way.
Dude, we just celebrated Easter. And you think about that shit like as an adult, like the pandemic. Now I get it, but like if it was regular life, the whole country stops for a day because they literally believe a man died and came back to life 3 days later, moved a rock and walked out of a cave. That's literally the reason why. Like, there's nothing else. That's it. Like, it's not like deeper than that. That's it.
Well, they had to say that because he was just if he did exist, he was just a man. So that made him divine.
No. I understand that. But now we have the internet, we have books and shit like that. Your brains, like, we're old, like, you know, it's 2020, bro. Like, come on. Like, that did not, like, this never happened since.
Yeah.
Never happened since. Like, come on, bro. Like, that just didn't happen. Like, David Blaine, come on, stop it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I get the fairy tale. Like I said, what if it was a comic book? But, like, the whole world stops for that shit. That's weird. Like let's celebrate this guy.
No, it's weird. No,
like, that's a weird thing to, like, have a holiday for. No, like, on any level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the whole shit is fucked. The whole shit is fucked.
Wild.
Any level.
Like, it's it's a good book and everything else, but I'm not. There was book burnings and shit. You guys burned the other good ones. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, y'all. You burned everything.
But that happened like in the Middle East or whatever. Like in America, they stop a whole fucking day because like, yo, this dude moved the rock as a ghost today. We gotta like stop the world, and everyone's like, yeah.
Well, if you
That's fucking weird, man.
To see that religion is just like is like washing in people's heads. Like, look at slaves. Slaves was like the most Christian motherfuckers. Like, you praying to God and shit.
Still are.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, still. And you praying to God and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that motherfucker was not coming.
You know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying?
Like a lot of those, like, it's crazy because you have like like a lot of black people and minorities, like even like, you know, not third world countries, but Hispanic countries and shit like that. Even in third world countries, there's a lot of like Christianity. And like a lot of those people like actually have the beliefs of Christianity,
right?
And they practice them. But like those crazy like old white people that are like out there like protesting right now that claim they're Christians,
right?
Like, don't give a fuck about nobody,
right?
Like, that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Like believing the good shit, like
the ones that got hoodwinked actually practice the reality of it, but like the ones that hoodwinked them are just pieces of shit.
Right.
There's so many holes. Like even the idea, like I'm pretty sure Protestant religion started because fucking some king wanted to fucking just divorce, get rid of his wife, and the guy was and they called the Pope. He's like, just kill her, like everyone. And he was like, nah, dude, everyone will be pissed. And he just can't. So he started a whole separate religion.
That was like Henry VIII, right? That was Henry VIII.
Yeah, he was like, he probably already killed 3 wives. He was just gonna be a hawk, you know.
He's like, fuck.
He killed all his wives, right?
Yeah, no,
he had to kill them
because you can't divorce when you're a Catholic. So like.
So murder, but
so as the king, you call the Pope and you start figuring out the Pope's like, just kill her. There's only one way to do it. You read the book, right? You read it. Yeah. And so the Protestant
loopholes.
I'm pretty sure that's like the main reason why the whole Protestant religion started, because he wanted to divorce his wife.
It is.
He wanted a separation without murder.
What's wrong with even with Christianity, back then we talked about it earlier when Constantine like started coming. It wasn't even that the fucking like the Moors were coming. So the like Knights Templars were like, yo, either you fucking Christianity, or we're gonna kill you and fight them, or you can fight with us. And
so he blended all the shit.
Like, you can pick now because it's gonna happen. And like they were like, it was like, well, I'm not gonna kill all my people. Like, fuck it, we Christians now. Like, like that's it. Like that's the only reason. That's crazy. Fucking. But now we stopped the whole fucking day because dude woke up 3 days late. Like, why 3 days?
Yeah.
The whole shit's just like fucking. It's just crazy that people like believe.
That's New Testament shit, right? That's that New Testament shit. Because the Jews don't believe that.
No, they don't believe none of the magic shit.
But the Torah is the same books. Some of the same books, right?
The Old Testament and the fucking the Quran, the Torah, a bunch of like
all got some of the same.
It's damn near the same fucking book. Yeah, so I'm saying it's like anything with the Jesus story is the New Testament shit. You know what I mean? And fucking
which was like what 300 years later is the first 100 years, right? The first book.
I mean they like.
Well, that's that Peter Paul shit.
Yeah, Peter Paul, like fucking.
Yeah, Peter Paul, Luke,
like Ezekiel,
John. You know those guys out in the Middle East. You know, because I know mad Middle Eastern motherfuckers named John.
Yeah,
of course. Paul, yeah, man. Paul's a very common fucking Arabic name. Fucking. Shit's wild.
Math, you gotta do the math, the science. Not even the math, the science.
What's crazy is even to this day, like right now, like even with this virus, like if you're a Christian person, come on the fuck into America, like open the fuck up, do your thing. But if you like believing in the other shit, like nah, immigration's closed. Like,
you
can't come the fuck in right now. We're still on that shit.
Like that. Well, that's like fucking like one of the reasons why like fucking like Christians will take anybody. You know what I mean? Like if you want to become if you want, well they'll take any. If you'll go in there and fucking like. Jewish people, like, they're not gonna take it everyone. And even if you do, like, I could go and marry some Jewish girl. If my mom ain't Jewish, it doesn't matter how Jewish I fucking committed myself. Like, I don't, like, when I get to the, the gates, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Lived the perfect life, but my mom wasn't
Even
Jewish.
before that, the Druze, I don't know if you ever heard of it, like it sounds like Druze, but it's not the Druze. It's like...
Druids.
No, it's not the Druze. It's another, because it's Druze. It's like fucking, like the Jews before the Jews, the Druze, like, they don't allow no one in. Like, they fucking, like, you could only, and, like, it's just, it's hard to even find them on Google. But then when you actually find them, they fucking hold, like, 35% of the parliament in Israel. And there's only fucking, there's, like, a fucking, but there's, like, none of them in the whole planet. Yeah. But apparently they hold 35% of the parliament in Israel. Like, and they're, like an even tighter, secreter religion than, the Jewish title. Like, they're, like, they're only in like a couple little places. They're mad sketchy.
It's crazy that even Israel is like so fucking important.
We pay mad money. We give them fucking crazy money.
Crazy important. Like the whole world, like Because that's where the fucking third coming of Christ is supposed to be.
Well, they say it's because they own the banks, right?
But that strip, bro, is like all the religions kind of think that when the shit turns back over, like that's where they're going.
I want to go check out that black block, but I'm pretty sure if I lay my eyes on it, they'll murder me. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. No, I don't think. I don't. If you're not a Muslim, I don't think they allow you to go to the fucking that. You know what I'm talking about?
Mecca. I'm talking about Mecca.
That big,
you talking about that block, though.
This big black.
Yeah, Mecca in the middle of Mecca, right?
No, that's Israel. It's like the Kabbalah rock.
We're gonna butcher the fuck out of it.
Whatever it is, but like it's
everybody like
they walk around it, but
they walk around it and you pray.
That's
like,
the Mecca.
No,
Mecca's a city, bro. Like there's a temple in Mecca, like the main temple. Like when you do your pilgrimage, you go to this fucking rock,
block, and everybody goes.
It's like a big black fucking
pilgrimage.
stone.
But that's like their staple of being like Israel. Like,
don't they not even know what the fuck any of that shit means though?
Yeah, seemingly they don't know who built it or something.
The Kaaba.
The Kaaba, yeah, I was close.
Fucking.
The circle is believed to demonstrate the unity of believers in the worship of the one God.
I'm pretty sure they're not even doing that right now with that fucking Corona shit.
They are. I saw only because the homie that made that shit right there.
Damn, nigga.
Is Muslim. So he was talking about that they're fucking they're going in like steps.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
No, bro. I've seen that shit. I'm saying it's crazy. And
I'm pretty sure they like.
That's the one they all touch. That's the other one. The other one they all touch.
But the blog has all types of writings on it. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck it means.
And I don't think they fucking like because it's like a religious thing. I'm pretty sure like scientists haven't had like much opportunity to fucking even like see what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like Chip Rock.
No, they won't let them do it. They won't let them fucking touch that shit. It's like those tombs like in Japan. They got all that crazy shit. Like all that. Like they got those islands in Japan that look like keys. But they all got like those crazy tombs on them, but they won't let no one go in there. And, like they don't know how they made them or what the fuck they are, but they won't let no one touch them. Like
they kind of bad. You see, they like in China, I'm pretty sure where they were like they'd find pyramids and just throw grass and dirt over them and move whole farming communities on these fucking covered. And you can't grow. There's nothing we even grow there anymore. They'd be like, too bad. Like, you got to farm there.
They still do that too. Like. They find entire cities under the Sahara, because Sahara used to be like, grassland and jungle and shit like that, rainforest and all that shit. So they find like the Sphinx has like water damage on it, like meaning like it was.
But I'm saying the government's when they find them going out of the way to continue hiding them.
That's what I'm saying though. Like even the pyramids in Gaza and shit, those pyramids next to each other were like thousands, like they were thousands of years apart building them.
But the ISIS
and they buried them all.
The ISIS motherfuckers were going in and blowing all them shits up too. Like,
that's the only reason why they bury shit. Like fucking Göbekli Tepe. That's fucking out in Turkey. That's like the biggest monolith they found so far, the oldest monolith and the biggest one. They buried that shit on purpose. Like they built it and buried it so motherfuckers could try to like save the knowledge, which comes back to like that fucking strip and religion and like what it actually all. Like maybe I think we all can probably agree.
I wonder what's the truth though.
Somebody knows.
She'll probably turn you inside out. You know the fucking truth.
Well, the fucked up thing is Graham Hancock was one of those dudes that I was talking about before. That like in North America, South America, Africa, Egypt, Europe. Pyramids. All the fucking old monoliths have like the specific hieroglyphs on them, and one of them's a bag. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people like thinking that hallucinogenics used to be like technology, like shaman, how like they built this pyramids with their minds because they took so many hallucinogens that they knew how to fucking move blocks with their mind. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, which sounds crazy, but I don't know, taking enough fucking DMT and shit, you might fucking believe it. You know?
I said meditation.
But they found one of the bags. Like they found that on Göbekli Tepe, they kept digging down. They finally found the bag. And Göbekli Tepe is like 30,000, 100,000 years older than the pyramids, which is supposed to be which is like way before. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they found that bag on there. Then eventually they found the Denovosians in Germany, which was like in a cave in Germany. They found the Denovosians, which was like another, it's like a hobbit type motherfucker, like a human hobbit. They didn't know, but it existed like before those motherfuckers. And in there they found like screws and shit that like they couldn't possibly fucking make, and they found one of those bags. I think the bag was like, they kept moving, like once like a comet hit and blew everything up, and there was only like 30,000 people, 3,000 people in the whole world. Those motherfuckers were the travelers that came and brought back civilization and trying to pass on fucking knowledge. That's why everything lines up with stars. Like no matter where the fuck you are in the world, all the shit lines up with stars because the stars always stay.
He'll figure that shit out.
Graham Hancock is wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild shit. You know what I mean? But they all like, there's hills like in North America, there's like these hills that all line up with stars. The same way like the pyramids do and shit. Like it's like,
I just want to know the truth, though.
Because they were like, yo, like suppose a comet hits now, all the computers gonna be gone, all the paper's gone. That's why they started putting shit in rock. Wow. Because like it started lining up with stars because shit with like the stars are always gonna fucking be there. Like after the shit got wiped out 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying?
But don't stars disappear? So eventually, after so long,
they die. But it's millions of fucking years.
Yeah, right.
Most of the
You
stars
look at the star, they're dead, right?
Yeah,
So it's like, what the fuck?
But they'll be there for much longer than you.
I
They're
don't get
alive.
this shit. Who the fuck knows, man?
It's crazy, man.
That's why we here. I say you gotta live in it now, man.
That's the kind of shit you get into, like when you start like getting into psychedelics and stuff like that. You start to really like press your mind like about instead of going outwards, you go inwards, realizing that like it's all like the same shit outside is the same shit inside.
Well, they say none of this shit would exist if it wasn't for your own consciousness. They say, right?
The collective consciousness gets into fucking play. People fucking think
right.
more than one person believes it, once they get more like this. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. How can that work if it's only in your conscious, but you here too?
But hold on. So right
I
here,
made you too. Like
on the board, I got collective consciousness, right? So it's happening right now with sleep patterns. You notice how everybody in the fucking country right now is sleeping. Like, but that's a collective conscious thing. Like, why would you sleep any differently? Like, why does it, like everybody's sleeping fucking like everybody is.
We gotta know your schedules off.
That's because like everyone got the same fucking like it's all the same. But everyone's schedule's off. But at the same time, it's not. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when the fuck would everybody be up to like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, sleeping like 5 in the afternoon? Like, it's weird, right? But everyone's doing it, right? That's a weird. There's something to that, like as a whole collective that we're all doing it.
My cousin, one time I was fucking tripping with my cousin. He doesn't trip off it. He's like, so we're all living in our own like simulation, let's say. We're like seeing every different like theory. He's like, do you think no matter what simulation you're in, Tom Brady's just that good that he's just gonna win the Super Bowl? He's like, even if you're not a fan, like you hate that guy, like you just like is he that good? It was like, I was fucking.
How about those Tom Brady? How about those motherfuckers right now that are all like pussy hurt? Like, oh my god, Tom Brady plays in the bucket.
Dude, right now, fucking Gronk is the WWE 24-hour champ, and they right when he came out saying he's playing for the Bucks, the WWE was like, if you're the 24-hour champ in a game, someone could tackle you and pin you. And that's fine. Like they were like they made it real clear.
What does that mean? 24
so 24 hours. Right now he has a contract with the WWE, and he's been for like the last like few months. But now they did it before when I was growing up too. Like, but it's a 24-hour belt. Like I could be sleeping in bed as long as you're a ref at you can punch me in my face and fucking pin me, and then you're the 24-hour champ. You can just dip. Yeah, but so that's the belt he's holding right now as a fucking.
I see some fanatic like. Killing this nigga, like.
I swear this is lining up because there's not gonna be fans and shit.
If I wanted to, I could run up on Rob Gronkowski
as long as you had an official ref.
Fucking knock him the fuck out.
Yes.
And then I could, and now I'm the champ, and now everywhere I go, I gotta look out for motherfuckers punching me in the fucking head.
Yes.
It's like tag.
Yeah.
Like the worst game of fucking tag ever.
And I can see like a fanatic popping you in your leg.
Yeah.
Like,
I seen some shit that fucking the Bucks are gonna be playing in Vegas this year. I'd be fucking wild if this was like, because there's gonna be no fans probably still. It's gonna be fucking wicked weird. Imagine if they fucking set it up where fucking the WWE cuts a deal with fucking some shit where fucking Gronk gets fucking
and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, someone comes for the belt at the fucking game in Vegas.
Dude, watch it be Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donnie comes in.
Watch it be because he'll cut the deal with McMahon because Vince McMahon's like the guy who's gonna get the stimulation of the economy.
Didn't he just make him like an advocate to the fucking
White House? Weird. That's just super weird.
Was it? I missed that.
Vince McMahon is like he's gonna stimulate the economy. He's like he's like the new economist of the White House.
They've always been besties.
For real.
Did you?
That's
XFL just fail again, nigga.
Like, that's a real thing. Like Vince McMahon is like working for. So I don't know what the exact job is, but he's in there.
He's he's like a fucking financial advocate. Like
it's doing money.
It was a cabinet. Cabinet.
They made up a job for the guy. It was fucking
they
weird.
did. But that's what it'll be Trump, because Trump like, I want to be that. I'll let you do it, but I want to be. And Tom Brady's his boy too, so it's like fuck it. Like
I'm saying, they could play it out with the NFL, get Robert Kraft in on it too. They could fucking make it like a whole thing.
But if some fucking like football fan was a wrestling fan, they got money. They could hire a fake ref, just kind of have him sitting right the fuck there, and then like run out and be like boom, and like at the end of the game, just tackle this motherfucker and be like boom, and like
it's like the second thing when you.
Why wouldn't you do it?
It's almost more people because. People are bitching like when you think it'd be all Pats fans, like that'd be the first thing when you have been Gronk. No, it's the WWE making it very clear that you have the 24-hour champ. People come at you at any time.
So what if like someone in the game tackles them and the ref is like up 1, 2, 3?
Yeah. I'm saying
like the NFL ref says that.
Yeah, I think like if it was back in the day,
I gotta be a WWE.
Motherfuckers will shoot themselves
I'm saying,
in the
like, back in
fucking
the,
head.
because back in the day, the Attitude Era, back when like fucking like when Stone Cold and The Rock were doing, like, that's what I remember. They were doing this shit. It was lit. Like they were fucking every time someone turned around, you'd be getting fucking smashed.
By
fans. Well, yeah. Well, even like I think Tyson might have been the 24-hour champ for a minute. Like it was all over.
Jesus.
I think David Arquette was the 24-hour champ for fucking. I say like it was like anyone could be fucking end up being the champ. Like,
Yeah, but like I get like those.
they have their storyline and shit too, but I think like
Like I see like The Rock walking on the street, I just pick up a fucking chair and just smash him in the fucking head with him, knock him out, and be like, 1, 2, 3.
Like,
but I have to have a ref with me.
like I think as
It's like completely legal and shit.
because I think it's just
You're in
ridiculous.
court, like-
It's like the ridiculous separation of like the storyline and like your real life. You have to go live like I think pretty sure like he's like he just take it on thinking it's hilarious, but like someone could like some wrestling fan, some fucking
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like,
some like hardcore wrestling fan.
And someone got money. Some wrestling fan got money.
Yeah.
So they can like get a
Says it
team.
right here, yup.
They get a team together. Like, all right, I'm gonna hire like 3 or 4 guys. We're gonna run up on this dude. He's gonna get breakfast over here. Put a hood on his fuking head. I'm gonna hit him with a bat a couple times.
Besides the fact,
Hold him down. Like,
and, like this is like the fact that he has a contract with WWE and the fucking NFL at the same fucking time is wild. Like you could get hurt
it's
either
Bo
of
Jackson.
these. Yeah, but you get hurt in either of these things. Like there has to be like they must have deals amongst themselves where it's okay for this fucking kid to be fucking getting hit with a chair and fucking at any time.
Yeah, it says right here, he must defend the title all times. He could even be celebrating the touchdown pass from Tom Brady. Anytime.
I'm saying they're setting it up like it's gonna be like
That's just retarded.